What's up, guys? And welcome to our podcast, Roots to the Game. My name is Sean. Over here, we got James and Josh back there. Shout out to Ant, Marley, Kabir, Malcolm, and most definitely Kyle. This is our podcast. So we have a topic for y'all, and the question is, what is the one thing that y'all have experienced in your life so far?
Me personally, I probably would say maybe, well, it's not really a traumatic experience, but I probably would say something as such as maybe like a family member passing away, because after that you learn to practice being more grateful towards life and, you know, embracing the gifts that these people would tend to give you. And then afterwards, let me see. Afterwards, you look at life a little bit more differently. What about y'all?
I mean, I had a pretty crazy experience. Well, I wouldn't call it crazy. It was just I was in school and my teacher was like, we were taking a class on Buddhism, and my teacher said, you know, I'm taking a class trip for the school to a Buddhist monastery. And I was like, all right, I'll sign up for it. So I went, signed up for it, did the whole thing, drove there on a bus, got off, and I lived in a Buddhist monastery for 3 days. And I literally, by the end of it, man, I was so mindful and peaceful. And when we went back into society, I literally felt like I was outside of the Matrix. No joke. Like, I saw people walking around on their phones, busy, and
Mindlessly.
Mindlessly, and I was just sitting there, intent, connected, just like watching, observing everything. Like you observe everything when you're getting in the mindfulness state, and that pretty much changed me. That like changed my life, doing that experience. So I suggest that if you ever want to go to a Buddhist monastery, go ahead and do some meditation. We ate with the monks. We slept with the monks. They were boarding with us. We played games. We taught. We meditations. They had this thing called Dharma.
Mm-hmm.
Dharma talk is when you just talk about your life and experiences. And people were sitting there talking about, I was sitting on the train tracks one day, and I was just like, I wanted to end my life, and then all this other stuff. And when you hear people talk about that, you realize that people go through stuff just like you do, and we're no different. No different.
Yeah, everyone experiences the same, you know, life tribulations and trials and whatnot, but it either makes you or break you depending on your role in life, depending on what your purpose is, you know, that you came back here for.
I mean, we were incarnated, and apparently from what I read, that we knew what we were going to be with or having this experience before we weren't incarnated. We're just going to experience it. So we knew the problems that we were going to face.
And you travel here with a group of souls called your soul group. So the family member and physical flesh and blood, those are not, you know, the group that you travel here with. So maybe in the last lifetime, the roles may have been reversed. So your dad in physical, form, he may have been your brother in the last lifetime, and you know, so on.
You could feel like that connection too. You could feel like, I feel like a brotherly connection with my father. You know, like he and I are really close. It's not like a parent connection. It's more like a brotherly, like, you know what I mean? Even with your mother too. Like you could feel like it's not like a parent connection. It's more like we're actual friends.
Right.
You know?
Me personally, I think the one thing that I have learned is to learning how to let go, you know, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, I think so many people has this thing, you know, like that just causes pain so much into people's mindsets, people's hearts, people's bodies in general. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know, that goes with relationships as well. You know, like I said, man, you know, if you learn how to let go, watch how many doors will be wide open for you.
I mean, because those doors are already there. They're just waiting for you
exactly.
to do it.
They are just waiting for you, let you just take one step aside of your pride, pretty much, and pretty much, you know, like they just want you like to just see life for you and life for your experience. Like I said, man, you know, because my mom had told me this, you know, probably like last month, you know, and she said she told me this one night, and she was like, Sean, you love hard, you know, and when she told me that at first, you know, like I had no idea what she was talking about, you know, because in the back of my mind, like I was thinking like, oh well, she just being in my,
well, we make the misconception that love is, you know, like an affinity to like.
Yeah, right,
you know?
right, exactly. But then, as I started to distance myself from most people that I should not be, like, you know, trying to be friends with, you know, like just trying to be with, period, you know, like,
because they influenced you too.
yeah,
man.
and that's the one thing that I have realized, was just like, you know what, she is right, you know, because certain people here that are good people, they have a one big heart, you know, that is just full of love, pretty much, you know what I mean. Shout out to Kabir, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But since I'm 23 now, you know what I mean, like, you know, I started to really say to myself, you know, like, if you just let go of whatever pain, like, that you're holding on to, whatever grief, like, you know, that you were
don't
trying
think
to,
you see someone smiling that they're not
Right.
not hurting on the
Oh, that
inside.
could be a facade, man. A lot of people do that.
Yeah,
I
right.
do that too.
Pretty
man.
much.
Shit.
But like, you know, when she told me that, like, that was just a lot of experience right there for real. And another thing for real though, was just that my dad talked about this on Facebook, you know, about me starting this podcast, like, you know, with y'all, with about 7 to 8 people, you know what I mean? And, you know, as I kept my distance, you know, from people, like, this whole friendship, like, friendship, love, you know, like, that just brought me, like, to closer and closer, man, you know, like, to y'all, for real, you know what I mean?
Did, man.
Yeah, and so like the one thing that I did told.
Well, when you think about it, you know, let me see. When you think about it, good minds are, you know, bound to link together sooner or later, basically.
Exactly.
Because I came through this podcast from James, because I remember I was talking to James one day, and we were out here, and then I went over with you guys, and your guys were like, "You're doing a podcast." I was like, "Okay," and then we just all started talking about stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you ever feel like you need to get something off your chest, you shouldn't bottle it up. You need to express yourself through any means.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But my dad called me a couple months ago, and was just like, "Yo, son, so said you got that DNA, you know, like, inside of you. What are you gonna do with it?" So at first, you know, like, I was definitely like confused, like, as of like what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I had really thought about it, I mean, like, this whole podcast thing, like, had just popped up, you know. And then when I told him that, you know, and then some of the videos, you know, had just came by, and then not just that, man, but you know, but all the views, all the love, and the support that I, like, got, you know, not just from y'all, but you know, but from family and friends, like, you know, as well, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know, just learning how to let go, and
Teaching people to practice self-love.
yeah, but not just that though, man, you know, if you give it, like, to the man upstairs, which is God, by the way. You know what I mean? Then
Whatever
then,
y'all believe in.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you know, people just have such a hard time like trying to let people go. But there is a reason why people are there, and there is a reason why that people is not there for you.
You think it's an image thing? Like a lot of people want to feel more secure and knowing that through painful moments, the only thing that's going to help them is, you know, indulging in activities that make them feel better.
I mean, man.
Yeah, possibly, but that will also show you something like, all right, well, you know, this person had came into your life pretty much, you know, like just to
Yeah, they're there to teach you.
Just to show you, I mean, like, what is life like in a bad way sometimes, or most of the time. But
I mean, is it to show you, or maybe you were showing them as well? You know what I mean?
Wasn't show me for
It's a
sure.
dual
You know what I
concept.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, are we all interacting together? Or
Yeah.
see, that's the
Unknowingly,
weird
yeah.
part about consciousness is that you're coming from your perspective, but you could be helping or influencing everybody else, and you could be on their path as well too. You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
It's crazy.
And that's the reason we're not separate from each other.
Yeah, right.
If we knew that, we wouldn't be hurting each other.
I think
Trying to,
for
at least,
females and for males as well, you know,
of course.
friendship.
Me too. That's the reason we're born human. The way I see it, if you want to be
Exactly.
a perfect being, you have to go through experiences, you know, to get to higher steps.
Exactly.
This is literally how humans learn.
But you know what though, James? You know,
Animals learn the same way through, you know, like a hierarchy type, you know.
but you know what though? This is why I think friendship is definitely important, but you know, family too. Because one thing for sure is, you know, family will never go for you, but you know, friends do
That's not
come
always- they ain't always
and friends go. Well, sometimes yeah, that's true, but for family, for me right now,
Yeah.
well, as of like my whole entire life, you know, like family definitely has been there. Rather, my family is definitely here in Philly, and
Yeah, to
rather
support you, yeah, because
my
it depends on
family is
their
definitely
outlook
in
on life.
Pittsburgh as well. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, just the sisterhood and the brotherhood too.
Yeah, stick
You know what I
together,
mean?
stop bashing each other.
That is just unbelievable right there. That's what I had realized with y'all. But you know, for me personally, you know, just learning how to let go. You know what I mean? Because 2 weeks
man,
ago,
let
I
go.
mean, like 2 weeks ago, you know, like when I was downstairs, you know, and I really just thought about it, man. Like, I'm just like, wow, like what did I do wrong to these people here? But then what I had
Let me ask you something.
realized was just like this. You know, you are not the problem. Maybe some of those people are to you. That's just all, man.
I mean, you have potential with that too, man.
Exactly.
I mean, you could be part of the problem because, you know, your belief systems as well, too. If you believe you're not part of the problems, you're the one that's bringing yourself around these people anyway. And you
Yep.
allow yourself to be used by them only as long as they're, you know, you see them effective, you know, to what they could do for you.
I mean, there's a point, man. If you have haters in your life,
Mm-hmm.
there's a point where
It makes or break you.
they're telling you something about yourself. If there's enough of them, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
If they're all saying the same thing, all different, all this consciousness saying
Yeah,
the
it
same
takes
thing.
it takes
you
an
gotta take-
enchantment on your
You
mind.
gotta take that in and be like, why are they all saying the same thing to me, even though they're hating
Right.
on you?
That's how you get crazy.
You know?
People really start to believe that you're crazy because of repetition of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's repetition every day, man. Get up, go to work,
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Everything's a perpetual cycle in life.
3:15 in the morning.
Yeah, 3:15 in the
man.
morning, man.
My God, yeah. So I mean, but you know, just having that type of conversation with my mom first of all, and my dad who lives in Pittsburgh, by the way. You know, he got his own radio show. He's a DJ, and he takes pictures of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is my favorite team, by the way. So,
Oh, God.
Wait, I didn't know that.
No.
You a Steelers fan? I'm just messing with you.
hey, man, yeah, oh yeah, most definitely, man. But those type of conversations are really important to you, you know, especially because, you know, since you're like 23, 21, or 29 years old even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because maybe one day when you get married, when you have kids, you know, like, you will definitely have these type of conversations with your kids as well, you know, moving forward. You know,
Well, don't say that because not everybody plans to have kids. Too,
well.
As far as their
Yeah,
current
but
mindset
still.
goes too, because like, if you wanna get a little specific about it, it's like, would you rather have a kid now?
No.
There you go. But that might
Fix
change.
yourself
That might
first.
change later, you know, down the line, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be responsible enough to. I mean, I don't even know if I'm mature enough to have a kid, man. To be honest with
Yeah,
you.
right.
I'll be honest. I'm just like, I have to take care of myself first before I can, because that's dishonest. That disloyal to the kid as well. Like, you have to be able to support them. I can't
You gotta be
support them.
responsible.
Yeah, I can't. Right now, I'll admit that. You know?
But most importantly, man, look, you know, just let the pain go out of your system.
And there are a
first
couple
and
ways to
foremost.
get that out of your system. There's a couple things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Crying. Like, a lot of people think that, like, for a man to express his emotions through tears,
You're vulnerable. You're weak.
you're a vulnerable, weak
emasculated.
person. You're a human being, man.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
allowed to do that.
Exactly.
It's okay.
I mean,
It's
that's how you
okay.
get these people that end up being, you know, that's how you get your serial
shooters.
killers, your rapists, you know,
School
your
shooters.
cannibals.
Yeah.
They got suppressed emotions all the time.
Yeah. Right.
You can get it out that way. I mean, you can get it out doing physical activity. That's why exercise or any type of physical activity is good for you, because it clears your mind. know what I
Always,
mean?
man.
Gain some positive friends. Do some habits that are, you know, good for you, that benefit you.
And plus this, it is okay, like, to just let people go sometimes, or just all the time, period, because you may never know going down your life for real. I mean, like, there could be some positive people. I mean, like, that could be there for you, and that could definitely teach you good things about life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. You know, whether it's females, whether it's guys too, you know, but most definitely, man, you know, just for me, you know, it's just let the pain go, just rebuild yourself up and just enjoy life, man, you know. Like my folks told me, man, I mean just
Don't
all
enjoy
the
it
time.
too much, man.
Yeah, but solving it though is not by drinking or
Listen,
God
smoking
damn it.
weed or no.
my vice, my only vice in this life, my two only vices in this life are coffee and cigars. And
Hey,
that's it.
hey,
That's what I do.
Hey, yeah,
man.
there you
I
go,
get
there you
hate
go,
for
man.
it,
You
but
know what I mean?
Do what helps you
There
get
you go.
by, man.
It
Do what
helps
helps
me
you get by.
man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good thing.
Get your thoughts up. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
just flowing. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Everybody's got their voices.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Do what makes you happy. Do what makes, you know, do what you love.
All right, guys. That would be it for the podcast today.
All right.
Next Thursday and Friday, man, it is going to be unbelievable next week. Next Friday, we got Dom. He's supposed to come in on Friday with us. On
was that
Friday, huh?
Dom?
Yeah, Dom.
Dom?
AKA Bob Marley.
Dom.
yeah. There you go. So
I'm
so
back.
on Friday, man, he will definitely show up, and so will Ant, you know, as well. It's gonna be about 7 people on Thursday. On Friday. I'm sorry, but man, that is just gonna be unbelievable there. And then on Thursday, you know, there's gonna be me, Kyle, Kabir, and Ant. You know what I mean? So please, guys, tune in, please, man, because this is our podcast here, man. All right. We can talk about any topics.
You guys make this happen too. You
Yes,
guys
sir,
make this
man.
happen.
And comments too, man. You know, comments,
Good feedback. Yeah.
The-
whatever you want to say.
the views, social media, Facebook, Gram, Snapchat, whatever it is, you know, please support us, man. All right. So, guys, this is our podcast. I'm Sean, this is James, and Josh. Tune in on next Thursday and Friday.